If your sense of morality comes from God, that doesn't actually make it objective. I've been hearing this argument a couple times on my feed, so I wanted to bring it up and address it a little further. The argument is that only morals that come from God can actually be objectively true. And I don't think that's correct. So if we think about, let's say, if I am deriving my morals from God, that means that from a Christian point of view, God created everything. God created the world. God created the sense of right and wrong, and God decides what's good and bad. So anything that God likes, he decides is good, and anything that he doesn't like is bad. So if that is how you are deriving your sense of right and wrong, that doesn't actually make it objectively true. You're sort of kicking the can down the road saying that, well, I'm obeying a being bigger and greater than me, therefore it must be correct. But God is not actually subjected to any outside or objective standard either, right? He's just deciding for himself what's right and wrong. And I think this becomes particularly problematic in the way it actually plays out in most of the Christian faith. So if my sense of right and wrong is what God likes and what God doesn't like, when I violate that, I primarily am responsible to God. So let's say I lie or cheat or steal and I hurt a friend of mine. Well, now I've broken God's law and my responsibility is to God. I have to confess my sins to God and repair my relationship with God. And the whole focus is on how my sins are affecting God. It's not focused on the person that I've actually harmed, right? The person that I'm interacting with who I have, say, lied to or stolen from. And so while that's kind of secondary and you see that some, the primary problem in that worldview is that you have violated God's law and you need to make that right with God. So when I'm asked about my sense of morality, what I think is right and wrong, my sense of that is really defined by how my actions affect other humans. So, as a human, we have the capability of empathy. We have the capability to consider how our actions affect other people and understand whether or not we're causing them harm. And so my sense of morality is based on how my actions affect other people and not how my actions affect God. And so I think that also is a different way of looking at that, and that your morals coming from God does not inherently make them objective.